if you're looking for something that's a little less extra, a little calmer, let us introduce you to our 3-year-old Terrier mix, Kovu. He is a recent addition to our adoption floor. He was an owner surrender, so we do have more information about him. We got information from a lot of different sources for him, so we have different things to pull from. His most recent owner gave us some information, and then a person who was caring for him previously also found out he was here and gave us some lengthy information about him. So where a lot of animals we're kind of doing the guesswork and figuring it out as we go along and get to know them, we have more available for this guy. Kovu is a pretty well-mannered dog. He has had lots of training. At one point, he was even working on doing some service dog training, so learning to be there for someone to lean on and things like that. So he that is able to pick up on basic training things. He already has a nice sit, a down. He's very smart and figures out puzzle toys relatively quickly, which is always a fun thing. He does love his toys. One important thing for potential adopters to know is that Kovu is definitely a super chewer. He can chew up any toy, so anything that's soft, fluffy, or soft plastic, he should only have those items supervised to make sure that he's not going to ingest any of those pieces. The other day when I was taking his picture, I went into his kennel. I noticed he had one of our really super duper hard plastic toys in there and one of the Bones, and there were pieces of both in there. So he's definitely a super chewer, and that might be part of boredom. If he was more active during the day, he might be less prone to chew on stuff like that. One of the people said that he was used to having little activities to do during the day, so that he had mental stimulation. So that might help him from chewing on certain things to that degree.
So some adopters are looking for a dog that they can acclimate with the current pets they have. Would Kovu be a good choice for them?
Yeah, so one of the people who had lived with Kovu in the past mentioned that for most of his life, he went to doggy daycare daily. So he has had experience, interacting and playing with dogs of a variety of sizes, from, dogs his size to Chihuahuas. He's also previously lived with cats. She even mentioned at one point that another dog had actually attacked Kovu, and he was still very dog friendly after that. So I don't think he would have any issue based on that information integrating into a home with a cat and or a dog. But it's really important to recognize that even though he's done well in the past, it doesn't mean that you can skip the proper introductions. That's really important. You want to make sure you're doing those things properly and slowly, because there are different personalities at play, and you want to make sure that that's something that's going to work out for everyone. So we do provide guidance on how to best practices for doing those things and resources so that you can make sure that Kovu has a good transition into your multi-pet household. If you're hoping that he will obviously make that great transition and you want to make him part of your family, you can go to visitfcac.as.me to begin that process.